stupidly epic. Hello everybody, welcome to my review for Yakuza KIWAMI on the PS4. Yakuza KIWAMI is a remake, a from the ground up sort of remake using the Yakuza engine that they've been using recently for like Yakuza 0 and all that. It's a remake of the first game, the very first game that came out on the PS2, so it's running on a better engine, it runs smoother, there's less hiccups. It actually feels like a lot smoother than the Yakuza 0 one as well, so I think they've refined it a wee bit. But yeah, so like it's a from the ground sort of rebuilt Kamurocho city of the story of Yakuza 1, and it's fantastic. It's a really cool game. It's got a few problems. We'll get into that though. I mean, like this time I've actually got notes, so so I'm gonna read from my notes here. So first of all, as we all know, if you're a Yakuza fan, the English version of the original game had a diabolically horrible English language dub. It sounded like Sega went to London for about 2 weeks and just went to pubs around London and thought, yeah, this sounds great. We'll use these guys as like a bunch of Scousers totally shouting at each other, and it's absolutely horrible. It's just, yeah, but like now it's totally like here's the Japanese language with English subtitles, so you can understand the game, but it's like got the actual proper voice actors in that. So yeah, absolutely fantastic. So hooray for that. That's a total a positive for Yakuza KIWAMI, is that it's all in Japanese now. Thank goodness. In terms of things to do though, from Yakuza 0 to this game, there's a little less to do. If you remember back in my Yakuza 0 review, I was talking about things like you know, the whole Monopoly thing where you can like buy the city and like sort of upgrade the city and things like that. There was like a Majima sort of side thing where you can like run a hostess club and do like a hostess mini game and all that. Even things like going to the Sega arcade, there was like loads of things you could do. Like there was arcade games like Outrun and like Outrun and what was the name of the game again? Outrun and man, it's the total shooting game. I can't remember now. It's like that's going to bug me all night now. But like, there's no arcade games in the arcade. You just do the UFO catcher or the photography thing. They've brought back the, you know, the women's wrestling thing that was in the previous game, but they've kind of combined it with a card collecting side game from Yakuza 0. That's in there. But yeah, like there's no hostess club management. There's no sort of like Monopoly of like Kamurocho where you can sort of buy at the city and things like that. All that stuff's not there, but it's not been replaced with anything. And I mean, as bad as that sounds, like I didn't mean to seem like I'm ragging on the game or anything like that, because I think the game's fantastic. It just feels kind of annoying that like the disco dancing's not there as well. Like, which makes sense, because I mean, like the disco thing was in the 80s and the disco was big in the 80s, but like they could have replaced that with something. Like the mini game is what counted. They could have replaced it with like, I don't know, going to a rave or something. Dancing at a rave. But yeah, like none of these things have been replaced, so like it just seems kind of oddly absent. There's less in the game, which is it feels kind of annoying. But when you get down to it, it's meant to be a remake of the first game, so I can understand like it seems kind of bare bones, but at the same time it's still a full game. Like the game will last you ages. There's still tons of things to do. This karaoke and everything's still there and all that. So I mean, it's still good. It just seems like when you're coming off the back of Yakuza 0, it seems like there's less to do because they've not replaced those things that are absent. It just feels kind of empty, like a little bit empty, you know. I mean, there's still loads of like side missions and all that to do, like all the side stories and everything. I think there's like 79 like side missions or something like that. And the completion points things is still there, so you can go to the clown guy and redeem your completion points so you can get perks like you can sprint for longer and things like that. All that stuff's still there. That all, you know, that's all still intact. It feels fantastic to still play through the game and do all these really quirky side stories and all that. So that's all still intact. But yeah, I think the biggest negative for me is the opening theme tune. the opening theme of this game. Again, coming off the back of Yakuza 0. Yakuza 0 had a fantastic, absolutely phenomenal opening theme tune for the music. But this one seems just like it doesn't. Like there's no build up. It doesn't go anywhere. You know. It just feels kind of like it's just like this annoying droning sort of like, I don't know, really bad rave music. Maybe it's a good thing that they didn't bring the discoing back then. They didn't want to go to a rave if it sounds like that. But like Yakuza 0's theme tune was totally incredible, and like I actually said that to them when I was talking to them, talking to the guys at Sega, the email. I was saying to them, man, like one of the best things, like one of the greatest things about this game is like the total theme tune. It pumps you up, you know. It makes you feel like, yeah, I'm totally ready. I'm going to go about this city. I'm going to clean it up in that, you know. Kick the crap out of people. But Yakuza Kiwami's theme tune's like, oh, okay, fine. Yeah, I'm disappointed in the theme tune. There's a new mode though. It's not a new mode. It's like an in-game thing that they've added called Majima Anywhere, or Majima Everywhere. I'm not sure. But in this game, what replaces the Mr. Shakedown is like Goro Majima, the guy with the eye patch. He's kind of just wandering about, and if he catches you and he runs into you, he just wants to fight you. He's just like, I'm going to fight you. So you've got to fight him. But he pops up in the strangest, weirdest places. Like, it's just really silly. Like, there was one point where I was kind of just walking about outside the Millennium Building Tower. The Millennium Tower? I can't remember. But yeah, he just popped up as a policeman. He's like, hold it right there, Kazuma-kun. And Kazuma's like, wait a minute, did that police officer just called me Kazuma-kun? And he turns around and it's total Majima in a total policeman's uniform. And he's like, I want to fight you. I better pat you down to make sure you're not got any weapons. I want to fight you. And if he finds weapons, he's like, oh, I'm going to fight you. So he's just like, yeah, he's just there and he's just totally annoying. But he's like really funny. Yeah, it's really good. In terms of the story though, it really is. It's just Yakuza 1, guys. It's the story of Yakuza 1, like Haruka, like when she's a wee kid is there, and has got Detective Date and all that, and Yumi and Nishiki and all that. There's just the story of like Nishiki's sort of rise to power and his kind of like decline when Kazuma comes back out of prison, you know. It's just Yakuza 1 with better graphics and sound. That's it. Yeah. Reiterating again though, it's kind of annoying because it does seem there is just like a little bit less to do because of the things, like I'd mentioned before, just the things that are absent. The kind of like, it seems kind of emphasised because coming off the back of Yakuza 0, there's all these like really cool things that worked in sort of the 80s setting, like the disco dancing, like the cabaret clubs and all that sort of stuff. Like you can still go to cabaret clubs and like chat up the women and that, but like you can't. There's no the management thing where you can, you know, manage all your little kid. There's Majima as the total police officer there. But yeah, it just feels a wee bit more bare bones than Yakuza 0. Overall though, it's still as fun as ever. I really wanted the disco dancing and the management sort of mini games and more arcade games as well, because like the arcade games, like Outrun and I still can't remember the name of the bloody shooting one. You kind of flying about and shooting. It's like it's so annoying because it's like I just wanted it to be there, you know. But yeah, like it's overall it's an amazing retelling of the first game. But I feel Yakuza 0 was a better overall package, you know. But yeah, guys, think that's pretty much it, guys. It's a great game. Yakuza 0 is a better sell, though. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. So guys, I'd like to thank you for watching this review. If you've got any questions or anything like that, feel free to hit me up in the comments section below. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe and all that goodness. And yeah, I'd be more than happy to answer any questions that you've got if you've still got any questions about the game. Thanks guys.